A dead man on an Australian beach. No ID. No wallet. Even the labels cut out of his clothes. And sewn into a hidden pocket, a scrap of paper with 2 words on it, "The End." It would take 74 years to learn his name. Adelaide, Australia. December 1, 1948. Early that morning, beachgoers at Somerton Park noticed a well-dressed man sitting propped against a seawall, legs stretched out, one arm resting oddly across his chest. Several people walked right past him, assuming he was simply drunk, or asleep. He wasn't. When someone finally checked on him that evening, he was dead. No wound. No blood. No obvious cause of death at all. Police searched his pockets and found almost nothing useful: an unused bus ticket, a pack of chewing gum, a comb, and cigarettes, oddly, of a different brand than the packet they were found inside. There was no wallet. No identification of any kind. And every single label had been carefully removed from his clothing, cut out completely, as if someone had deliberately wanted this man to remain a mystery, even in death. The autopsy only deepened the confusion. Doctors found his spleen was unusually swollen, and his stomach showed signs consistent with poisoning. But toxicology tests found no trace of any known poison in his system. The pathologist concluded he likely died from an undetectable substance, one either extremely rare, or one that had broken down completely by the time testing began. His identity remained a total blank. With no leads from the body itself, police released his photograph and a plaster cast of his face to newspapers across the country, hoping someone, anyone, would recognize him. Thousands came forward with theories. Nobody had answers. Then, months later, a fresh clue emerged: a small, unclaimed suitcase sitting at the Adelaide train station cloakroom, checked in the day before he died. Inside the suitcase, investigators found more unlabeled clothing, a stencil kit, a knife, and thread that matched an unusual repair stitched into the dead man's trousers. But once again, every clothing tag had been removed, except for 3 items simply marked T. Keane, a name that led absolutely nowhere when investigators tried to trace him. Whoever this man was, he had spent considerable effort making sure nobody could ever find out. Then, in 1949, a pathologist re-examining the body discovered something that had been completely missed. Sewn into a small, hidden pocket inside the man's trousers, so tiny it had been overlooked twice already, was a tightly rolled scrap of paper. Printed on it were 2 words in elegant script: Tamám Shud. Persian for, "It is finished," or "The End." They were the final words of an ancient poem, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Police tracked down the exact copy the page had been torn from, after a local man came forward saying he'd found the book, discarded, in the back of his unlocked car, right around the time of the man's death. Inside the back cover, investigators found something even stranger: a phone number, and beneath it, 5 lines of capital letters that appeared to form a code. That code has never, to this day, been definitively cracked. The phone number led police to a young nurse living nearby. When shown the plaster cast of the dead man's face, witnesses said she appeared visibly shaken, almost as if she recognized him. But she denied ever knowing who he was, and investigators, for reasons never fully explained, never pushed the matter any further. For decades, her true connection to the case remained hidden. For over 70 years, theories about the Somerton Man ran wild. Was he a Cold War spy, silenced with an untraceable poison? A jilted lover? A ballet dancer, based on unusually developed calf muscles noted at autopsy? Researchers spent decades chasing every possible angle, using facial reconstruction, historical records, and eventually, cutting-edge DNA analysis extracted from hair still preserved in his original death mask. In 2022, that DNA work finally produced an answer nobody had found in 74 years. The Somerton man was Carl Charles Webb, an electrical engineer from Melbourne, born in 1905, who had separated from his wife not long before his death. His identity was solved. But almost nothing else was. Why he traveled to Adelaide, why every label was removed from his clothing, what that code in the back of the book actually means, and how exactly he died, remain complete mysteries to this day. He finally has a name. He still doesn't have an explanation.